The election in Prince Edward Island has come out with the result of a minority for the Progressive Conservative Party of Prince Edward Island. This is probably one of the most boring elections in one of the most boring parts of Canada. Nevertheless, I like the result because it's just another nail in the coffin of Justin the Tacky Head Mac Daddy Trudeau. And for that, I congratulate the Tories, as they like to be called. I don't like that word, but I prefer to say Progressive Conservative Party of Prince Edward Island for at least getting a minority. There was some talk that the Greens, the Green Party of Prince Edward Island, under the leadership of Peter Bevan Baker, would have actually won the election, this election. This would have been the first time in world history that a Green Party ever managed to win a an election outright. But the PCs win a minority, and the election is over. And this is just another province in Canada which has gone blue. And talk about a blue wave. This is a real blue wave that's happening in Canada. This isn't the made up foolishness down south of the border that they were talking about blue wave in the midterm elections in America. That was not any blue wave. That was a blue puddle. This is a real blue wave, and this is dangerous. Nevertheless, I don't want to jinx anything. Knock on wood. I still actually think that the son of Satan, Justin Trudeau, might actually even win in October, but who knows what will happen? Who knows? But this is very good in Prince Edward Island. At the same time, I do want to warn this isn't just congratulations, because first of all, I'd like to send condolences to the former leader of the Green Party who did die in some skiing accident, which is unfortunate. It's never good when these things happen. But nevertheless, I do want to warn the PC Party of Prince Edward Island, if they do manage to hold on to their government, I'd like to see how the final results were in, because the Tories won 12 seats, the Greens held 9, and the incumbent Liberals had won 5. So voters in PEI have shed their century-old embrace of the island's two-party system, electing a Tory minority government and handing the upstart Green Party official opposition status for the first time. Okay. So then welcome to a new day in Prince Edward Island, PC leader Dennis King told supporters. The Tories finished with 37% of the vote, followed by the Greens 31, the Liberal. Okay, so there is a chance that the Greens and the Liberals may even try and take this victory away from the PC. So that's something to watch out for. Nevertheless, I do want to warn this PC Party of PEI, because they a lot of these progressive so-called progressive conservative parties out in the east of Canada, they're very weak. Very, very weak people out there. Very weak. I was watching the PEI debate, and I almost thought that the PC leader was endorsing the Liberals. I mean, there was one part of that debate, if anyone watched it, where he's like, I agree with how the Liberals have handled healthcare, and it's not easy, and blah blah blah. And all three of us are great people, and I know why they're doing this. They want to look civil and all this thing. That makes me actually think less of people like that. That makes me think less of you when you do things like that. When you try and be fake and you try and put on this fake niceness, make me think that you're a phony. And people out there in the Atlantic, they don't want to project this nicey image. I don't know if it's genuine or if it's just putting on a show. I used to live in Nova Scotia, so I know, and it's a beautiful part of the world too. But I'm just saying, don't try and pull wool over my eyes and tell me that you're trying to be civil when you want to win this election just as much as anyone else. And don't try and don't make a phony looking like you're endorsing the Liberals, okay? Especially when it comes to something like health. Otherwise, people aren't going to like you. Another thing that I want to warn the PCs on is get tough on this carbon tax thing here. Because I'm reading here where it says that the PCs aren't saying much about their plans for carbon pricing, except that a PC government would not have PEI join other provinces, those other provinces being Ontario, New Brunswick, and Alberta and Saskatchewan, fighting the federal government's carbon tax in court. That's weakness. Okay? That is weakness. That's why when it comes to Atlantic politics, I really couldn't care less because they're really all the same. In fact, in some areas, the PCs are actually worse. And I'm an independent. See, I don't care about any party. I'm not loyal to any party. I'm not loyal to PCs. I'm not loyal to conservatives. I'm not loyal to liberal or any of that. Anyone who thinks this is a conservative mouthpiece needs to get out of here quickly. Very, very quickly. Otherwise, you're going to be very disappointed. I will just as much put the PC's feet to the fire as anyone else. And one thing I'm dead against is carbon tax. Now, for you saying that you're not going to join the other provinces, when it comes to fighting this satanic government, when it comes to carbon tax, makes me think that you're just being weak, an Atlantic Canadian weakling, and I say that very, very, very openly. You need to join Ontario, join Saskatchewan, join Alberta, and join Manitoba in fighting this satanic government, this government run by this pimp, in fighting this carbon tax. The people of PEI, actually, whether you think so or not, voted for you mainly because of this. Up and down this country, people are angry about their prices going up, everything going up because of this useless carbon tax, which is going to do nothing for the environment. In fact, it'll make the environment worse. Uh, and it will send jobs to China and all those places and America where they pollute even more carbon into the atmosphere because there's no environmental regulations. So that's what you are doing if you don't get tough on this. So don't act like you're some kind of nice guy. Don't act civil. Don't act any kind of foo-foo kind of way. You need to grow a spine, grow some nuts, and join those other provinces and fight this. That's your people will thank you for this. Your people won't thank you for kissing Wade McLaughlin's backside, who just lost big time, got third party status. This is Wade, the liberal leader. Liberals in Canada right now are being crucified up and down this country. They're being whooped everywhere. I mean, it make the crucifixion of Jesus look like a plaything. They're being crucified all over the place. And they might get crucified in Newfoundland. But again, knock on wood, hopefully, we don't want to jinx anything. But top story tonight, the Greens didn't quite make it. They're in opposition status. This is actually the first time in history that Greens have gotten this far. The PCs get a minority. That minority could be taken away, so stay tuned. This is the Arana Nation.